Fanhouse secured a $20 million Series A funding from Andreessen Horowitz. They are attempting to become the monetized finsta for content creators.
Will you commit to ending finsta?
Finsta is slang for a type of account.
Okay, will you end that type of account?
Well, maybe a better description might be a PG-13 competitor to OnlyFans, or a Patreon with a focus on interacting casually with subscribers. Fanhouse is a subscription social media platform where online creators share the behind the scenes of their lives and engage with their closest fans. Co-founder Rosie Nguyen is better known online as Jasmine Rice Girl, a Twitch streamer and avid Twitter user. Her platforms often display her as a raunchy, open personality that has garnered over 150,000 followers on Twitter alone.
What's your workout routine? I made this joke earlier, but I just masturbate a lot throughout the day.
In an effort to monetize her Twitter, she ran an experiment by testing to see if her most dedicated fans would pay to see her tweets from her private account. 2 weeks later, Rosie had earned $2,000 paid through services such as Cash App and Venmo. After proving viability, she alongside her fellow founders began building a platform that would allow creators more direct options to monetize their posts through monthly fees, receive tips, or get paid for specific requests such as sending a video to a supporter. To date, Fanhouse has already paid out its creators over $8 million on their platform. Fanhouse is attempting to carve out its own space against the already somewhat established membership platforms. While many social media platforms now offer a paid subscription option, OnlyFans and Pateron are the most direct competitors. OnlyFans did $1.2 billion in net revenue in 2021 and projects to do $2.5 billion in 2022. Meanwhile, Pateron had a significantly smaller estimated net revenue of $160 million for 2021. Fanhouse takes 10% of creator earnings, which is relatively small compared to OnlyFans' 20% and fairly in line with current Patreon tiers. While Fanhouse is a relatively new platform, they've already gone after Apple over its 30% cut of in-app purchases. Apple threatened to kick Fanhouse off the App Store unless they receive 30% of every transaction that happens on the platform. Since Fanhouse only takes 10% of transactions, this meant that they would have to pay creators less at a 60% payout or charge fans more at a 150% upcharge. As a result, Fanhouse implemented coins as a way for users to continue using the app while being able to pay on the web without any Apple fees. The majority of top OnlyFans creators are all producing not safe for work content. However, the top earners on Patreon are creating podcasts and video content. While some may argue Fanhouse is attempting to bridge the gap between the two, Fanhouse's current strategy is focused on casual interaction with creators, not necessarily producing quality content. While OnlyFans works to gain market share of the safe for work section, Patreon has been the go-to platform for many creators. In August 2021, OnlyFans announced that they would be banning all sexually explicit content on their site in the coming months. Yet surprisingly, 6 days later, OnlyFans reversed their course and would continue to allow the content. The primary cause of the initial ban was due to banks and payment service providers issuing restrictions as a means to disassociate from sex industries. There is no doubt that OnlyFans dominates the not safe for work category for monetized social media and would likely be a catastrophic blow to the success of OnlyFans without sexual content. Tumblr, for example, which once sold to Yahoo for $1.1 billion, put a blanket ban on all adult content and was later sold for a mere $3 million. Interestingly, even Tumblr has since released an option for bloggers to charge a subscription fee, although a little too late to recapture much of their value. Although Fanhouse is likely leaving a lot of money on the table by not allowing sexually explicit content, in the long run, it may help the platform detach from the stigma of creators looking for additional income from premium fan-only services. It may be an uphill battle for Fanhouse because if and when the larger platforms such as Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube begin rolling out similar monetizable options for creators, it will be difficult to warrant the use of additional platforms. Fanhouse currently acts primarily as a secondary platform, one where creators are already producing their main content on another platform, such as Twitch, YouTube, or Instagram, but are providing additional exclusive content for a fee. If the primary platform begins offering the same features as Fanhouse, there would be fewer incentives to have a secondary platform besides for lower fees. In addition, creators will now begin having to decide what content they want to put behind a paywall and what they want to keep publicly to gain more followers. Instagram has begun testing their own subscription features that are clearly heavily inspired by Patreon and OnlyFans, and it's likely all social media platforms will receive more monetizable options in the future. Fanhouse has a lot of room to grow in the short and medium term, as they have all the features a content creator would need to monetize their posts, especially in their current finsta niche. Unlike Pateron, where the creators are offering premium publications, Fanhouse acts more like a confessional social media channel. The content isn't refined because it's meant to be quick, unfiltered snippets of how their favorite creators go about their day. Fanhouse has branded themselves as a creator company, and to survive in the long run, they'll likely need to have more creators using it as their primary platform.